in raising resources to fund our university education. The exchequer has not been sufficient to fund all the students who go to our tertiary institutions. So we've been looking at how have we been funding education in our country. Initially, we had a system called DUC, differentiated unit cost, which was not working because government was supposed to fund university students to the tune of 80%. But because of a lack of resources, the government was only funding up to 38%, which led to 23 of our universities being technically insolvent. So that system was not working. When this administration came to power, we introduced another system that was student-centered, what we have been calling the new funding model. The new funding model was based on something called a means testing instrument, where we were testing the means of the capacity of the parents to support their students. So that if you are a teacher or you are a doctor, you are able to pay a certain amount of money. We tell you, you can pay 50%, the government will pay 50%. But still, it wasn't clean. It was impossible to determine correctly what the means was. So we still had gaps. Why? Because the means testing instrument was not testing the student, it was testing the parent. What does that mean? It means we were funding parents and not students. I don't know whether you see my point. So we decided to tweak this and say that education is an investment. It's not just a social good. And what are we funding? We are funding the student. What student are we funding? We are funding the career of the student in the future. So if a student has been admitted to do law, he's going to become a lawyer. If he's been admitted to do medicine, he's going to become a doctor. If he's been admitted to do engineering, he's going to become an engineer. So we said, if it is an investment and we are funding an engineer, the means testing then should be for the engineer. What that did, it invite or open for the private sector with resources to come and say, this is a bankable investment. And we are therefore able to fund higher education in the future of the student, of what they will become. So together with government and private sector and our other education sectors, we then are able to get enough resources to fund each and every student who is admitted to our tertiary institutions based on that model. So that is the act, or that's the bill that is in Parliament as we speak. And once it becomes law, these resources will be pulled together, and each and every student who is admitted will have access to that fund, and they'll become capable of paying it later on when they graduate and when they start working, and they're given a grace period of 1 year. After you start working, you're given a grace period of 1 year, and then you start repaying. But you find somebody saying, that is not good, government needs to fund the students alone. So we are trying to get a solution to a problem that we see, and we need your support. And in trying to understand what it is, we'll be going around, there'll be public participation, you can put in your views, so that we can ensure that no student who is admitted to a university does not study because of the circumstances from where they came from, or the circumstances of the parents. And so we need your support. And we need you speaking truth to power, as the Chancellor said, respectively and correctly, and with a solution towards what you are challenging. We do not want a society that people just speak for speaking sake, for the sake of speaking, because it is our country. The bishop said here, you are from Makueni, I'm from Kitui or Kajiado, You are not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. We better get a way of working together. Ama namna gani? Just give that one example because I think it is time that we looked for solutions so that we can have a country that we can all be proud of, including Vision 2060. So we entrust the university's leadership, Chancellor, and academic stewardship to a scholar of exceptional depth and distinction. Professor Kibwana's journey in academia is itself a masterclass in excellence and service. Professor Kibwana began teaching law at the University of Nairobi in 1977 at a remarkably young age. He rose through the ranks as a lecturer, senior lecturer, chairman of department, dean of the Faculty of Law, and associate professor. In those lecturers, he shaped generations of legal minds, many of whom today occupy the highest offices in our judiciary, in the legal profession, and in public service. This rare combination of rigorous scholarship, classroom experience, and lived commitment to justice and constitutionalism makes him uniquely suited to guide an institution whose mission is the formation of Christ-like leaders of integrity. We recognize the significance of placing the university's academic stewardship in the hands of a man who has not only taught the law, but lived its highest ideals. I encourage you, Chancellor, to draw upon the rich experiences to strengthen academic excellence, deepen institutional governance, advance ethical leadership, expand research and innovation, and build strategic partnerships as well, and amplify the university's contribution to society. May your tenure be marked by wisdom, by courage, and a lasting legacy of transformation. As the Ministry of Education, we reaffirm our commitment to supporting institutions of higher learning that pursue quality, relevance, and integrity. Universities such as this are indispensable partners in our national agenda. You help us produce graduates who are not only skilled, but grounded in values, innovators, and solve problems, and citizens who build rather than deplete the common good. Today's dual celebrations, the dedication of these new seats and the installation of your Chancellor, are powerful testimony to the university's determination to grow, to develop, and to attain full charter status. And on the issue of the charter, I have already written to His Excellency the President for a date for your charter. And anytime you will be called upon to come so that you can receive that most important document. We encourage you to press forward with your mission of developing leaders of integrity. Kenya needs them. Africa needs them. The world needs them. Once again, I congratulate International Leadership University on these great milestones. May this Kitengela seat flourish as a center and may Chancellor Kibwana's leadership usher in a season of renewed excellence and impact. And may the graduates who walk through these great gates leave equipped not only with degrees, but with courage, with competence, and with character to transform their generation. God bless you all. Asanteni sana.
Thank you very much, Honorable Cabinet Secretary, for your address and for gracing this important occasion. And distinguished guests, we have now come to the vote of thanks and gifting as we bring the ceremony to an end. And it's an opportunity for the university to express its sincere appreciation for all those who have contributed to and participated in this historic occasion. And I now invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and CPA Elizabeth Chengo, a member of the University Council, to give the vote of thanks. Oh, they will be represented by Dr. Kere, the Director of Quality Assurance.
Okay, thank you very much, MC, our chief guest, our chancellor. I'm actually not going to move a vote of thanks on behalf of Professor Sena. I had alerted the MC that he's not here, but somehow maybe he didn't see the message. But we can get one of us, those who are in the planning committee, to do so, to move a vote of thanks. And then after that, I'm going to make announcements on how we are going to exit from here. And even before we exit, we are going to have a brief session for gifts, and then we are going to exit. So kindly let me ask our overall chair, who was chairing this committee that was preparing this function, Dr. Kalua. I'm ambushing you, but please just move a vote of thanks briefly. Then after that, I'm going to make the announcements.
The Honorable CS, our Board of Trustee, the leadership of the institution, students, guests, and representatives of other important institutions. Receiving this event, hosting, and having Professor Kibwana as our leader of this institution means everything. It means the world to us. And yes, indeed, as we thank Professor Kibwana, rest assured, as mentioned here, God guiding us, we shall milk to the deepest for the benefit of this institution and that God be glorified. Our Minister, CS, we know how busy you are. We are touched by your patience. Your leadership is evident, and may God grant you wisdom, not 24 months, but greater, that you may lead this nation in greater ways. I want to thank everyone because it is still morning until we have lunch. And therefore, Bishop, thank you for your dedication of this institution. I want to use one special thanks to thank everyone. Mrs. Kibwana, Nazi, please stand. You represent the spirit of International Leadership University. The way that you allowed your husband, your friend, your partner for many years, your entire family, to accept the leadership of this institution that is leading the world in bringing out impactful leaders. May God bless you. I use you as an example that everyone is thanked. And may God bless you and refresh each one of us. God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. We are trying to save time. We will have a very brief session of gifts. We have quite a number of gifts, but we'll only have that taking place here, maybe 3 only. The rest we are going to contact them elsewhere. So we will start with a gift to Bishop Masinde, and I'll ask the chair of LMK to do that on our behalf. You'll get it from there, and then you'll pass it over to Bishop for giving us a good word. And then we have one for our Chancellor. Actually, we have 2 gifts for him. There is one that we'll take care of outside there, but there's one special one here in this hall before we get outside and complete that business. by the BO teacher. Welcome. So, Mr. Chancellor, sir, I will bother you to gift our chief guest. He's the last one who is receiving this gift in this hall. But we still have another gift for him out there, as I've said. Okay, thank you very much. Before we get to the tail end of our activity, I just want to guide us in one way or another. We came in a procession, the Chancellor's procession, especially the team that is up here. So we'll exit again with that procession led by the band. And this time round, we are going to reverse the order. We'll have the Chancellor and the chief guest being in front. Then the rest of us are going to follow. Then we will just make our way out all the way to where we were gowned so that we can be disrupted there. The rest of